The 2025-2026 football season comes to an end. Epic finale the with PSG finally securing and defending their Champions League title, the second team after Real Madrid to do so. And it's insane because it was pretty much expected. I mean, when you're Arsenal, you're definitely expected to play like Stoke City, and that's what they try to do. The usual time wasting, diving, making play acting injuries, and then looking to hold the time as much as possible. But again, it's pretty much inevitable that karma bites back, and that's why even though right till the end they moved it out to penalties, well, the better team won. So at the end, I think we can say that football won, the sport won, thanks to PSG defending the title. Of course, you cannot take anything away from Luis Enrique with the enormous amount of work that he has done on this amazing PSG team. Now, I'm just reminded of the year, I think it was 2022 in itself, when Barcelona could not continue and renew the contract of Lionel Messi, so a teary-eyed exit, and he moved into PSG. Now, PSG had Mbappe, Neymar, and now Messi. Well, they moved on from all those players and they've won back-to-back Champions League. Now, it's pretty obvious also when you look at the other side, like the as a football neutral, you feel so happy. Mbappe was in PSG, and Real Madrid won the Champions League as well as the La Liga. Now Mbappe moved to Real Madrid, and PSG wins their own French league as well as Champions League back to back. And now suddenly Mbappe has gone 2 years without a single trophy. Now, how is that for football karma? Crazy. On the other hand, of course, we are seeing all these brand new stuff that's coming out. I think beautifully done win by Aston Villa. They won the Europa League. Congratulations to them. Crystal Palace, what a way to sign out for Oliver Glasner. Crazy Europa League win puts Unai Emery as only the second manager in the history of world football to win five Europa League titles, and like you're the winners of Europe for 5 times. It's insane, the enormous amount of work that they have done. Obviously, next season they will be playing Champions League as well. Now, a couple of very interesting announcements also came in. Michael Carrick has been made the permanent manager of Manchester United for at least another 2 years. We expected Xabi Alonso to come in for Liverpool, but we didn't even know that Arne Slot is going to be sacked. So it's crazy that Xabi Alonso has taken a 2-year project at Stamford Bridge in Chelsea, and Andoni Iraola, who recently took Bournemouth to their first ever Europe through the Europa League by, I think, drawing against Manchester City. Well, they still managed to go there, but then he left Bournemouth and now he has joined Liverpool for a 2-year deal. So Liverpool, we know that there are going to be a lot of transitions. At this point of me recording, well, it seems like Manchester United have already moved on to secure their first signing in the form of Ederson. And not just that, well, how about Anthony Gordon? It's so surprising that Barcelona, who doesn't have a single penny apparently, they keep signing all these big players. And of course, Anthony Gordon surprised us all by speaking in fluent Spanish as well as Catalonia. So that was crazy. 80 million for Anthony Gordon. Well, horribly overpriced, but again, Newcastle are smart about their business. We also saw Ederson coming to United. Hopefully, that is going to be formally announced very soon as well. And then just very recently, at this point of time of me recording this video, we've got Andy Robertson, who's joined Roberto De Zerbi's Tottenham. So Premier League clubs moving really fast to secure the services of players even before the World Cup officially starts. Now that culminates a phenomenal football season. Of course, personally, for this entire year, I didn't really watch the matches. I ended up just watching the highlights and reading the different responses that the managers were saying. Now, we also know that Jose is coming to Real Madrid. That's going to be another amazing thing. A lot of shape shifting of power in the Premier League. So we're going to see how the Pep Guardiola era is going to move ahead and move into the Enzo Maresca era in the blue side of Manchester. Of course, we've got to see how United performs now that they need to sign up new batch of players that supports the amazing transfer window they had in the last time. And of course, right now we know Patrick Dorgo is going to be fit. Mason Mount, hopefully he stays injury free. We've got Maguire and Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is obviously playing, but Maguire is not there in the World Cup. So they're going to have a very, very good preseason. And if they sign another set of good players, well, who knows? We got to see what Michael Carrick has up in his sleep. So it's been a great, great football season so far. We know that there's going to be a lot of Premier League clubs playing in Europe the next season. And of course, now the attention and focus shifts to the FIFA World Cup. And hopefully, if everything goes right, well, you will see both Shushmin and I coming in and sharing our thoughts on the teams, our predictions, and of course, the weekly review of how the weeks went in. And of course, from 2026-27 season onwards, you will see us showing up and giving you our insights on what did we experience as a part of watching this entire sport together. Of course, if you're new here, do hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It would mean the world to us if you can support us in that way. And with that, in the next video, we will be discussing more on the recent World Cup squads that were announced and what are the status of the teams and how are they going to be going at it. So I'll see you in the next one. Till then, stay blessed, enjoy.